We are asked to project the end 2020 debt level of the hypothetical country macroland. The Ministry of Finance shares with us a set of assumptions that include their need to make amortization payments only for foreign currency debt, and their plan to issue only foreign currency debt. How will intra-period exchange rate fluctuation affect our debt projections? Let's find out. Note the following. The 2019 end-of-period exchange rate was 2 macroland pesos per US dollar. The average exchange rate for 2020 is projected to be 3 macroland pesos per US dollar. And the 2020 end-of-period exchange rate is projected to be 4 macroland pesos per US dollar. At end 2019, macroland's public debt stock included local currency debt for 60 million macroland pesos and foreign currency debt for 20 million US dollars. Since the exchange rate was 2 macroland pesos per US dollar, the local currency value of the foreign currency debt stock was 40 million macroland pesos. Therefore, the local currency value of the total public debt stock was 100 million macroland pesos. The government does not plan to issue or amortize local currency debt during 2020. It plans to issue 11.67 million US dollars of foreign currency debt. We project the local currency value of foreign currency flows using the projected average exchange rate of 3 macroland pesos per US dollar. Therefore, the local currency value of these debt issuances is projected to be 35 million macroland pesos. Amortization payments are projected to be 6.67 million US dollars, with a local currency value of 20 million. Therefore, net debt issuances provide the government with 5 million US dollars or 15 million macroland pesos. Using the end 2019 foreign currency debt stock of 20 million US dollars and the projected net issuances of foreign currency debt for 5 million US dollars during 2020, we project the end 2020 foreign currency debt stock to be 25 million US dollars. Using the end 2020 projected exchange rate of 4 macroland pesos per US dollar, we project the end 2020 local currency value of the foreign currency debt stock to be 100 million macroland pesos. Since there are no issuances or amortizations of local currency debt, the end 2020 local currency debt stock is projected to be equal to the end 2019 stock of 60 million. Therefore, the local currency value of the total public debt stock is 160 million macroland pesos. Thus, the local currency value of the total public debt stock increases by 60 million during 2020. But recall that only 15 million of this increase is explained by net debt issuances. Another 40 million are explained by the valuation effect of the end 2019 foreign currency debt stock, induced by the variation of the end-of-period exchange rate between 2019 and 2020. This valuation effect is calculated as the end 2019 stock of foreign currency debt of 20 million US dollars multiplied by the variation of the end-of-period exchange rate between 2019 and 2020 of 2 macroland pesos per US dollar. The remaining 5 million are explained by the stock flow adjustment due to intra-period exchange rate fluctuation. This stock flow adjustment reflects the difference between the end of period and average exchange rates for 2020. It is equal to the net debt issuances of foreign currency debt for $5 million multiplied by the difference between the 2020 end of period and average exchange rates of 1 macroland peso per US dollar.